Believe me when I tell you that everybody in the franchising industry wants you to invest wisely. So, in this video, this is your guide to avoiding franchise investment mistakes. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Kim Daly. I'm a franchise consultant. And for the last 20 years of my life, I have been helping people just like you say yes to their dreams to own a franchise by aligning their background, interests, skills, finances, and life goals to some of the best franchise opportunities out there today. Now, if you get inspired and you want to work with Kim Daly, because that is the point of Kim Daly TV, I want you to love me. I want you to trust me. I want you to know that I know how to help you. And I want you to reach out to me. So you can reach out to me right now, or you can stay till the end of the video and I will share exactly how you could be my next candidate. Okay, so let's talk about avoiding franchise investment mistakes. Because like I said, nobody wants you to pay a franchise fee and then have buyer's remorse. So the first thing that you have to do to avoid franchise buyer's remorse is investing in a franchise that you can more than comfortably afford. The number one reason that businesses of all kinds fail is because owners run out of money. Don't let that be you. Don't let your desire to own that specific business override the practical reality of having enough money and then some. A business will undoubtedly cost you more than you want it to. So you need the money and a cushion. You also need a cushion of money for your own mental state. Like coming from that abundant place every single day that you're comfortable and you can spend money and you feel good about it. It requires you not just to have the physical money, but to have more than enough money. So if you're looking at your bank account, you're like, okay, we're good. Because the minute that you start to fear, the minute that you start to put pressure on the business, the minute that you start to operate from this place of lack or scarcity, that is all that you can create. You cannot create an abundant, successful business from a place of scarcity. So you need more than enough money to avoid buyer's remorse and making a big franchise investment mistake. The second thing in my guide to avoiding franchise investment mistakes is I want you to very carefully select the businesses that you want to explore. So too many people are out there looking at what their community needs. They're thinking about a hobby or a passion, and that's how they select a business to explore. But a business is not a hobby or a passion. It's an investment. And yes, I want you to be passionate about it, but I want you to be passionate as the owner who works in that business, that you have the key skills, that the business matches your risk tolerance, that the business has the characteristics that's going to help you accomplish your personal, professional, and financial goals. So the business is a vehicle that can drive your life personally, professionally, and financially to a new place. So we need a vehicle to drive outcomes. We don't need to buy a hobby. We don't need to be passionate like Kim loves to work out, so I have to own the gym. But we need to be passionate about what this business can afford us in our lives. So think very carefully about the skills. Think very carefully about the goals that you have. Think very carefully about the owner that you want to be and the role that you want to play, and set out to explore franchises that match those characteristics. And by the way, I will tell you, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I have matched so many people to franchises that when I first say the name of it, they're like, "What, Kim Daly? I am not interested in that business." And I say, I know you think you're not now, but I've been a careful listener and I know what's up. So go on the first call, which Kim Daly calls the blind date. I set you up to go on blind dates with franchisors. So when people stay open and they are willing to go on the blind date because they're working with me, Inevitably, they come back after one or two calls and they're like, you know what, Kim Daly? I can't believe I'm going to say this to you, but I'm actually more excited about that business than I thought I was going to be. And I'm like, exactly. Thank you. So I've never proven that passion for the widget is what leads to happily ever after in this franchise investment decision. Make the characteristics of the business what you're passionate about, the outcomes that the business will bring to you what you're passionate about. Avoid making a franchise investment mistake by buying a hobby or investing because it's your personal passion. The third tip I have to avoid buyer's remorse and to avoid making a franchise investment mistake is to make sure that you do every single thing that you can before you sign your franchise agreement. So that means following the franchisor's lead. Really good franchisors, they have a process to teach you about their process. And if a franchisor doesn't have a process to teach you about their process, to me, that would be a red flag. So go through the process, and that process must include validating with other franchisees. So the people who've already said yes to this, they have the answers that you want. Why? Because they once stood right where you are. Look, I'm a franchisee. I've been doing what I do for 23 years. I spent 8 years as an average performer and the last 13 years as a history maker. So if you were going to be a franchise consultant, would you want to meet Kim Daly? And on that note, would you want to meet Kim Daly when I was 8 years average performing or when I was 13 years history making? Tough question. Which Kim Daly has more to offer you about what drives success in your business? So when people are like, well, I want to talk to people that are struggling in the business. Look, you can talk to anybody that you want. All I'm saying as a franchise consultant is, what can someone who hasn't figured it out yet, who is still struggling, what can they offer you? Don't you think that if they really knew why they were struggling, they would turn it around? So whatever they're going to tell you, it's their truth in the moment, because I certainly had one truth back in the first 8 years. But then everything changed in my mindset, and I made history. And yet nothing external to me ever changed in order for me to change my business and grow by 350%. And when all of that change happened, I was like, oh, so now I get it. And so for the last 13 years, I've been driving up my top performing year over and over because now I understand that it never had to do with anything external to me. It only had to do with me and my mindset. How I think, how I talk, and how I act in my business is what changed everything. So I don't have time to get into that today. I certainly have other videos on my YouTube channel about my history making year and how I did it and why it happened. But I will tell you that, getting back to the point here, talking to other owners is a very important part. I personally would talk to the people that are the top performers because as a top performer, I know exactly what I do to be a top performer. And so when I know what I do now, then I equally know what I wasn't doing in my first 8 years when I wasn't a top performer. So if you get to the top performing people, they have what you want. If you want to breathe the biggest life into the dreams that you have to be a business owner, you need to find the people who are mastering the franchise at this moment. That's my advice. And the advice in general is to just validate. Make sure you talk to other owners. And then the other thing that I would really want you to do is attend a meet the team day, a discovery day, a confirmation day, whatever the franchisor calls it. It's the final event. Not every franchisor has one, but the majority of the franchisors out there do. And this is a day for you to get face to face with the founders, with the executive people, with the people that will be there after you sign your franchise agreement. I want you to take in that culture. I want you to not be in the business setting, but go out to dinner with them and just relax and get to know them as people. Because if franchising is about who, not what, then doesn't it make sense that you kind of fall in love with who? That you believe these people have your back, that you trust them, that when they talk about the vision of what they're building, it inspires you? It's fun to do it over Zoom. It's fun to do it, in all these different formats, but the most fun format is face to face when you're standing in their corporate offices or you're tasting the smoothie or you're doing the workout or whatever the business does when you're in that environment fully immersed. I want you to take that in and ask yourself, gosh, can I see myself doing this and enjoying it? Do these people inspire me? Do I feel like I can be coached by them so I can go on and be successful? So, validation and attending that final event, meet the team day or confirmation day, are very important steps to your due diligence process, so don't skip them rushing to the end. The last tip I have to help you avoid buyer's remorse and avoid making a franchise investment mistake is, of course, the most obvious one. I want you to work with an experienced franchise consultant, and that consultant is Kim Daly. I want the opportunity to coach your mindset, to help you understand exactly what you're doing when you invest in a franchise. I want to teach you the value proposition. I want to teach you what every franchise business costs and why. So before you ever say to me, hey, Kim Daly, I want to invest X amount of dollars, I want the opportunity to educate you on what your money buys. So when you tell me the number, you know what I hear so that we can clearly communicate, and also so that I can expand the net. Many times people come in believing that franchise looks like this or costs this, and so they're pigeonholing themselves into one thought. But when they come to Kim Daly, who has over 20 years of experience, I can bust through all of that. We're going to wipe the slate clean and I'm going to educate you. And so we can cast a wide net. I can teach you about things like regional developer rights or businesses that are the extreme trade off of money for time that are as semi absent as you can get in a business. And then other businesses that are home based and very full time but have unlimited earning potential. Give me the opportunity to teach you all of this before you tell me what level of investment you think you want to afford, because you don't even know what your money buys. So when you come to me, I'm going to help you avoid the other things on this list. I'm going to help you invest in a business you can more than comfortably afford. I'm going to help align a business to the characteristics that you are looking for so you don't make an investment decision based on a hobby or a passion. And no, that doesn't mean that if you love fitness and you're like, please show me fitness, I'm not going to bring you fitness. It just means I want the opportunity to cast a wider net. I want to push you and stretch you a little bit so that you can think about other ideas. And if you end up back at the thing that you came to me asking for, then so be it. I'm not here to judge and I'm not here to tell you what's right for your life, but I am here to be a resource, and I'm a valuable one because I have over 20 years of experience in guiding people just like you down this path. I mean, I've never counted how many people I've actually helped. It's thousands, maybe tens of thousands. I've almost created 1,000 small business owners. So if I've nearly created 1,000 business owners, think how many more I funneled through my process who didn't buy a franchise. It's a lot of experience. And I'm also a small business owner myself. So as independent consultants at Franchoice, I align us to franchisees. I do everything that you're going to do. So I walk my talk. I'm trained by a corporate office. There's things I can do and things I can't do. I pay royalties, a 10% royalty to Franchoice for the last 23 years. So all the things that you're going to trip over, all the things you're going to question, what's the value? I'm doing it myself. So I'm not just like a consultant who's just talking at you. I'm your peer. We're going to have a conversation and I can share my experiences with you. So this is what we're going to do together. It's why I have a YouTube channel. It's why I want to help you. The other part to working with Kim Daly is I'm not just an active business owner, but I'm also an alternative investor who became financially free a couple of years ago, meaning I have more passive income coming into my home than I need to live. That's the true definition of financial freedom. So I can share with you how I've built all of this. So if that's your goal, you're talking to somebody who's not just like a consultant. I can be your mentor. I can be your friend. I can tell you exactly what I did. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is when you work with Kim Daly, you're going to find I'm never going to talk you into this. In fact, sometimes I talk people out of it, but I am going to talk you through it. I'm going to challenge you. Sometimes you might not like that, but I'm going to challenge you to think. I'm going to challenge you to think outside of your box. I'm going to help you to cast that net, to wipe the slate clean, to get rid of your preconceived notions, to open your heart, to open your mind, and to follow my lead and just let the process unfold. That's the magic of working with Kim Daly. So you can forget all of the other things in this guide if you just do the last one, which is reach out to Kim Daly right now. So if you're ready to begin your journey and you want me to help you, please follow the link in the description right now. I will reach out to you within 24 hours. That's me personally. I will reach out to you. The whole point of my YouTube channel is to work with you. Too many people say, I can't believe I'm working with Kim Daly. I thought you would be so busy. I'm not too busy. You're never wasting my time. This is what I love to do. It's the point of 1,000 videos to inspire more and more people to want to get educated and to discover all that a franchise investment could bring to you. So if you're ready, follow the link in the description right now because I can't wait to meet you.